Hey everybody, this is Doug with Artfully Rogue, and yes, I am bundled up. It's February here in Arizona, and it is probably in the mid-50s right now, which for me, a desert rat, that means it's freezing. And I'm sure that my friends over on the East Coast who are dealing with much colder weather are just laughing their butts off, thinking I should be in shorts right now. But I think my blood has gotten thin since I've been out here, and so burr. In this video, I'm gonna make a hydraulic press brake using a 20-ton hydraulic jack. So let's do it. Like most of my projects here in the shop, I'm going to use some scrap that I have laying around. This is a piece of 4" by 1 3/4 by 3/16 channel that I have cut to 20.5 inches. You want to make sure that you have a nice strong base because you don't want to break your brake. B-R-E-A-K, your B-R-A-K-E. For the uprights, I am going to use some 3" by 3" by 1/4" pieces of square stock that I've cut to 18 inches. Okay, the next piece is going to be a slide. This is going to be able to go up and down along your uprights. Now, what I used was another piece of that angle, and as you can see, basically I cut out little notches that would go on these uprights. And then on the inside of that, I've taken 2 pieces of angle that I've trimmed up on this side. I've welded it in there. I welded on a couple nuts, and then I have some little bolts that will actually go through there so that when I put this into here, I'll be able to tighten these down, and that'll hold that in place. So that this now sits here. All right, I've taken another piece of this channel. I've also cut it to 20.5, and it's gonna go right across the top there, just like so. To make sure this thing doesn't fall over, we're gonna put some braces on it. Just like this. I've taken a length of chain, I've cut it in half, and that's going to get welded on here at the bottom and then also here at the top. And then you're going to put springs on each side so that when you release the bottle jack, you're going to have some tension on there that wants to pull that back up off your work. In order to help press the 90s or the design that I wanted, I first made it's a couple of 2" pieces of flat stock that I then took 1" angle and welded those into place. Okay? That is then going to go underneath here. And basically force the material into those angled pieces and create a 90 for me. So anyway, you get the idea. Now I just have to weld it all together. Okay, quick modification that you should make note of. I welded the chain links onto the pieces before I put the springs on, and trying to open up the springs to put them on the chain links was near impossible. So I trimmed off the chain so I had an easy access for the spring. Okay, so to avoid shifting on this plate, I added on 2 little guides that basically slip right over the base. And because I've got a project where I need to actually make some very small 45s, I created an insert, which is basically a smaller version of the 1 inch. I did this with 1/2 inch that I can just drop in, and now it's ready to go. I wanted a way to create a way that I could do multiples. So if I'm working on a project that actually needs several 45s, I can shift this back and forth, lock it into place, and then that way when it comes through, it has a way of stopping. Now, obviously, because I'm doing 1/2 inch, I'm not even going to get close to hitting this, so I'll mark it on the metal, and then I'll make my my bend. Now, because I have a very bad habit of taking tools from where they should be and I place them places where they shouldn't be, and then I lose track of where they are, I created a way just to keep the jack handles close to the brake. That way I can avoid losing them. Fingers crossed. You might have seen earlier in the video I used some smaller springs. That is just kind of what I had picked up first, but I realized that this jack is really heavy. So I picked up some trampoline springs online, and I'll leave a link to the springs and the jack down in the description. And although you didn't really see it in the video, because I was using angle and the way that angle is manufactured, this plate still had a little bit of rocking back and forth, and it still does, but not much. So I took in some 3/8 solid rod and a 1/2 inch angle and basically created a guide for the jack plate to travel up and down on. I have that on all sides, on the front and on the backs. Okay, now for testing. 20 gauge stainless steel. Okay, not bad. I'm pretty pleased with that. Okay, a little bigger, 1/8 inch flat plate. Okay, let's check it out. All right, 1/8 inch, no problem. Okay, 3/16 flat plate. All right, 3/16, also no problemo. Well, as you can see, I'm not as bundled up as when I started this video. This project actually took a couple of days because I ordered a few parts here and there. So now the weather is beautiful again here in Arizona, and I am super happy about that. But I'm also very happy that you stopped in to take a look at this video. It's greatly appreciated. And if you haven't had a chance to subscribe yet, please do so now. If you have any comments, please leave those down below. And I'd like to say thank you to my Patreon supporters, Judy Clothier, Barry and Marlene Rush, and Fun Kiss Artistic Creations. I'll see you in the next video. I would say that 1/4 inch is probably not what you want to do, because as you can see,
I am already kind of putting a bit of a bend in there. So we know that our maximum is not 1/4 inch.
Oh, freaking burr. Okay. Hey everybody, this is Doug with Artfully Rogue, and I'm freezing my ass off.